Hi there, my name is Cheryl White, and this is an explanation of expectancy violation theory. Expectancy violation theory was developed by Judy Bergen to explain the relationship between personal space and communication, and more specifically, our expectations of personal space during communication. There are social norms placed on us as to what is polite in relationship to the personal space of someone. Personal space is that invisible bubble that, when violated, makes us feel uncomfortable or threatened. Personal space does vary by culture, and I'll explain this later. Edward Hall came up with the proxemics, the study of how we negotiate personal space. The four proxemic zones are intimate, 0 to 18 inches. This is the protected area. It's not a comfortable area at work. This is where we keep our family members, significant others, and a few close friends. There's a physiological arousal in this area where you're either happy and warm because you're next to your significant other, or you're angry and want to push someone away because they're not in an appropriate area. An example of this is I share a desk at work, and a desk can be defined as a personal space. And when I am getting ready to finish work, the person that shares the desk always comes in and stands behind me, and that violates my personal space and makes me very uncomfortable. The next proxemic is personal distance, which is 18 inches to 4 feet. This is not as rigid as the intimate space, but it still can be an uncomfortable zone for strangers to be in. An example of this was when I was working as a flight attendant. The airline started packing the planes with passengers and moving the seats closer to make up for lost revenue as a result of discounted tickets. This intrusion into personal space started causing the passengers to become violent with each other. You can imagine that a passenger is sitting in front of you and he lays his seat back and it is literally in your lap. The seats were so close. The next proxemic zone is the social distance. This is 4 to 10 feet. This is the social norm. We let almost everybody into this space. But again, with proxemics, we need to evaluate the situation. For example, each situation is different, and we have different expectations and personal space expectations in that situation. When I lived in France, I would ride the bus every day. And one day, I got on the bus and there was nobody on the bus, so I found a little spot off to myself and sat down. And a few stops later, a lady came on, walked all the way back to where I was, and sat down next to me. Now, in Europe, they do have different ideas of what the personal space is. This made me very uncomfortable, as I felt that she could have picked another seat. So I had expectations that even though she may not have been in my personal space, it made me feel very uncomfortable. The final proxemic is the public distance. This is 10 feet to infinity. These are the people that you want to keep out of your life. These would be like your ex-husbands and your ex-wives. This theory teaches us how to be good communicators in order for us to increase our credibility and to attract people.